Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Alvin Lutchman, reporting from the headquarters of Channel 55 Newsroom about the psychological impacts associated with COVID-19. The normalcy of our lives has changed with the onset of COVID-19. World populations are forced to adapt to mitigate the impacts of COVID-19 as we currently live in the era of the new normal. Certainly, the lives of teachers and students are no different. According to UNESCO, as of March 23, 2020, an alarming 1.3 billion and 63,000 teachers have been affected by the closure of schools due to the pandemic. The closure of schools around the world has impacted on the mental health of teachers and learners. The claim is substantiated by United Nations and Lead 2020. There is the exponential increase in case of psychological impacts due to the following. 1. Depression, anxiety, elevated levels of stress, and schizophrenia. 2. Equity in distribution of a vaccine. And 3. Side effects associated with use of the vaccine. The World Health Organization indicated children are experiencing worry and fear. This can include a type of fear similar to those experienced by adults, such as fear of dying, fear of a dying relative, or what it means to receive medical treatment. The escalated level of fear plays on the emotion of the child and can result in deficiency in the student affective learning domain. Dr. Otello, Director of Mental Health Trinidad and Tobago, indicated 1% develop schizophrenia in a population. Schizophrenia, according to reports, affects the cognitive domain of students. The report of Joint Select Committee on Social Services indicated depression accounts for 30% of mental illness in Trinidad and Tobago. The findings suggested depression was more predominant in female students than in males. These findings presented by the committee can act as a signal that students can be affected by further depression. Teachers are no exception as COVID-19 continues to shoot daily. There were no statistics to validate the hypothesis, since the confidentiality of the EAP program has strict rules and protocols in the estimation of data. Currently, in Trinidad and Tobago, there are 349,000 students. The figure does not include the number of migrants who are here locally and the 17,204 teachers. The Minister of Health indicated 462,000 vaccines will be administered following agreements signed with COVAX, with no mention made regarding the equitable distribution to the 17,204 teachers and 349,000 students. There is no clear framework by the government to indicate to the population the criteria to qualify for the vaccine. The accessibility of the vaccine in a prompt and efficient timeline, given Trinidad and Tobago is a third world nation and we are competing against first world nations such as the United States who are bidding heavily for the vaccine. The companies who are working in collaboration with COVAX, Gavi and CEPI are AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. Both companies paused research on August 31st, 2020 and September 23rd, 2020. Johnson & Johnson were discreet in divulging information surrounding the nature of illness of those two participants. There is no research to indicate how human response towards the vaccine, including the side effects and immune response towards the dosage. I now turn you over on field to reporter McLeod, who will give you a further capsule report on the psychological impacts associated with COVID-19.